Hi, my name is Carrie Wilson, and I will be talking about the claim of truth and historical accuracy in the film Christopher Columbus: The Discovery. This is part one of a project with my partner Victoria Stoll. At the beginning of this film, there is no explicit claim stating the time period. The title of the movie tells us that it is about Christopher Columbus when he sailed across the ocean. So we use our own knowledge to pick up on the implicit claim that it is in 1492, and it tells us the setting will be in Spain, to the West Indies, to the Bahamas. Next, we will analyze the visual accuracy. The clothing of each character seemed to fit the era. The women wore bonnets and aprons, while the men had very traditional clothing. They traveled by boat, and all the tools and weapons being showed how far in the past it was with no technology. The buildings in the background were all very suitable for the 1400s. Something I noticed throughout the film was religion, and we visually see many crosses on the buildings during the film. The only red flag I saw was how clean and presentable everyone looks. This does not seem like it would be the case for the era they are in and the journey they are on. This could be a way to keep the audience focused on the story and not distracted by the dirtiness, but overall I felt the visual accuracy was very on point. When we examined the oral accuracy, it was very strong when it came to the musical parts. The background sounds and effects were very suiting for the 1400s eras. Some of the fight scenes were a little over dramatic, but I don't think that really threw it off. One of the bad parts of this was that the accents were a little off. I would think that they would make there be a language barrier between the Native Americans and Christopher Columbus, and the accents had not matched up correctly. The oral accuracy had some distinct red flags to skew off the accuracy of the film. Next, we examine the chronological accuracy of the film. I personally thought it was very confusing when there was no clear indication of what time it was or how much time was passing. The decision-making period to go on the journey and the journey seemed just as long as one another. The only thing we could tell time passing was when there was a daytime and nighttime scene. The part I felt this film did well was the flashbacks. I could tell when there was a flashback by having the mother be alive in them, and these I was not confused for the most part. Overall, the chronological aspect was a red flag in proving the film to be accurate. We have no idea how long these tasks were taking, and it made the film drag a little bit. Next, we have the thematic aspect of the film. This is, in my opinion, the most important aspect to support the accuracy of the film. The themes that stood out the most to me were religion and power. They revolved many of their actions around religion, and we could see crosses on the buildings in the film. Overall, we get many religious references. Then, power being a large theme as well, it shows what power can do to someone with the character changes of Christopher Columbus as the film went on. Power was something they were always fighting about and bringing about problems. As Victoria will explain in the next part, these themes are also present in 1492, and I think that both films do a pretty good job at using these themes to support the time era that this takes place in. Overall, there is no explicit claim for the film to live up to, but after analyzing each aspect of the film's accuracies and inaccuracies, I would say this film is less accurate than 1492. Christopher Columbus: The Discovery was lacking in the oral accuracies with mismatching accents and no language barriers. The chronological accuracy was also a major red flag. Even with strong visual and thematic, the other aspects bring it down, and ultimately the film does not live up as strongly to the claim of truth as it should.